Woo, that was good, huh? That was pretty cool, huh? Do you hear that sound? That was really solid in the center of the face and very straight. We call those straight power fades. So if you want to be a real killer with that driver off the tee and be accurate and powerful, I mean, that'll set you up for everything that you need in golf. And then you can really lick your chops and focus on how you're going to put the ball in the hole from there. But the driver sets everything up, so you really don't want to miss this show. Now, the longer the club, the more you have to let go, the more abandon you need to have. And it's the opposite. For so many of you, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is so long, I gotta stay in control. Well, the more you control the driver, the more friction you will have in your swing, the less distance and the less accuracy you're gonna have because you're fighting your swing the whole time. So let's look at what a seamless swing would look like. I'm gonna take a little 7-iron here, grip down a little bit, and I'm going to whip it around my shoulder like a windmill. Now notice, where's the center of that swing? The center of that swing is my shoulder socket. And you notice, the more I open up, the more it tracks this circle. So the more precise I'm going to be. And then I just have to look at where that circle is passing. So here we go. Oh, look at that. It's cutting grass right there underneath my shoulder. So I'm going to bring that a little forward. I'm going to scooch that into the tee. And now I'm going to let it go. Well, look at that. It doesn't want to miss the tee. And my direction, now this is really important. You got to see where this is passing. So if I want to go, I want to bring the circle and send it towards you. Notice how offset I need to be. It's like when you go bowling, you don't face the bowling pins. You're going to pull it in the left gutter all day. The shoulders are set a little forward on the rib cage. So I got to turn myself a little sideways here. And now this circle can come in your direction. So now all I want with the driver is to now create a circle. So you'll notice the distance between you and the ball is going to change with the driver. So here's a 7-iron. And here's a driver slightly in the air. So notice my hands are further away from my body with the driver than they are with the 7-iron. So it's really important for you to understand that. So if you keep your hands close to your body and you're trying to control your swing, gravity's trying to pull the club over here and you keep trying to pull the club back to impact and you're in a constant fight with gravity. You can't win that fight. It's been around for 4 billion years, going to be around for another 4 billion. So you can bet everything you own on gravity. It's going to be there for you. So now all I got to do is take this beautiful circle and line it up with where I want to go. So as I swing back and through without stopping, I'm going to observe the blur of this club. And I can see that it's passing there. So I want to bring it over to the tee. And I want to line up the blur with an intermediate point that I check from back here. So if I'm going to do a little fade here, I'm going to go over left edge of that. So I'm just lining up that blur of club to the left edge of that. Now, watch me take it back and through. It's like I can't miss. It always wants to hit the darn tee. So the best analogy for you is pretend that tee, right? It's going to be stuck in the ground, a normal tee. And what I'm doing is I'm taking my windmill, my lawnmower, and I'm going to flick the tee into a somersault in the direction that I want to start the ball. That's it. So that is your base. So I need a direction for my circle. I need to see where that circle is passing. There it is. Bring it in. Now it feels like there's nothing for me to find. My eyes are on the tee, not on the ball, on the tee. I have my circle, and I'm going to take that circle, I'm going to flick the tee into a nice somersault to the left edge of that intermediate point right there. I can see it all in front of me right now. I can see the blur. I'm going to let momentum flick through there. And right over that post, the side wind's bringing it back a little bit to the right center of the fairway, and that was absolutely pounded. And that's where you're going to get these powerful long drives that are going to put you in a position for a mid to short iron, even a wedge into the green, and you're just absolutely going to love this game. So stick with us. I got one last tip that's going to be super critical for you to have in your driver that so many of you don't have, and you don't want to miss it. Stay with us. Now, before I finish with this critical little tidbit, and it's a big one, if you need some help in your game one-on-one, you want to accelerate that process, go to wisdomandgolfpremium.com, check out the Eagle Plus program. You can have me every week one-on-one in your favorite facility online, and in between the sessions that we have together, text me your swings, text me your questions, text me your concerns, tell me what's going on with your practice, and you'll be amazed at how fast you accelerate. It's way better than in person, because in person is like, here you go, there's the stuff you want to work on, now go scat, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, or I'll see you next week, and we don't hear about what's going on. I want to hear what's going on. So very critical to have your feedback if we're going to get you going where you need to go fast. And if you want to see what our stuff is, go to do the PAR program, get the PAR membership. It's only $10 a month. You get access to my whole library, okay? And we'll even give you the first month for free. That's how confident we are with this process. So go to wisdomandgolfpremium.com, coupon code WISDOM10, wisdom in caps, number 10, and then you get your first month for free in the PAR program. Now, here's the clincher. If your grip is the slightest bit weak, so notice how I've got a neutral grip, square face, and then I'm delivering my circle. Notice my hands come through first, then the shaft, then the heel of the club, and it's like, whoa, that's going to be open. The ball's going to slide off the face. So I'm going to need to bow the wrist. Man, this is a lot of tension here. For so many of you, this is not a good option. For many of you, it works. John Rahm, Dustin Johnson. But for others, like Zach Johnson, no way. It's impossible for a guy like that, or for my daughter, to have any kind of functionality without that very strong grip. That's what allows him to get through the ball and get the distances that he needs at such a small stature. You look at the top 200 players on the tour around the world, 150 of them have a very strong to a strong grip. And the others have something a little less than that, neutral or even a little bit weak, depending upon what their body structure will allow, okay? So, what you want to do is experiment with what combination you need so that when you flick the tee in the direction that you want to start the ball, that the ball stays in that direction. So you take your normal grip and you close it. Now, I can square it up if I want to, or I can just leave it there. And I'm going to plug that into my ball on a string. There we go. That's where it wants to pass. And now I'm just going to go ahead and flick the tee in a nice somersault to the left of that intermediate point. And that one there had a little too much draw for me. So if I do 2, 3 in a row like that and I have too much draw, then I know my grip-club relationship is a little too strong. Now, if you're releasing at the ball, that's a different story. Go back to the video we did last week on through the ball versus at the ball. Make sure you're through the ball first. If you're through the ball and it's drawn too much, you can back off the grip. If you're through the ball and the ball starts right and doesn't come back, your grip-club relationship is a little too weak and you'll need to shut it down. So our favorite way to go about it is the Goldilocks series. You'll see that on our premium channel. There are 4 major elements that allow you to get through the ball, and this is one of them. So if your grip-club relationship is too weak, you can't go that way. You have to go that way. And that's when you start to spray the ball all over the place, because if the ball is your target and there's nothing beyond the ball, you literally have 180 degrees worth of possibilities out there. And you don't want that. You want one. You want the center of that fairway. So we need to point that circle, we need to deliver that circle, and we need the club face to be square so that when you deliver the circle and flick the tee that way, the ball goes that way. All right? Thanks for being with us. See you next week.